Well, hi everyone. Look on this practice test here. I'm going to graph this square root function, y equals x minus 2 minus 3, square root of x minus 2 minus 3. And if you remember, we started with the initial point. Usually it would be at 0, 0, but we're going to translate it. Is at 2, and then negative 3. Go 2, and then 1, 2, 3, down 3. And then you have your x, and your square root of x. And that's your y. And if you remember the 1, 1, 4, 2, 9, 3. Okay, so from the initial point, this is right, and this is up. So go up, right, right, up, right 1, up 1, right 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2, right 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up 1, 2, 3 is here. So it starts here, that's the initial point, the starting point, and goes to here. The domain, right to left, domain, starting at 2, and moves on wherever. The range, it starts at negative 3. It starts down to negative 3 and goes up without bound. Okay, now this one's similar. Y equals negative 1/2 times square root of x plus 1 plus 4. So let's get the initial point. And that would be negative 1, 4. Negative 1, positive 4. That's where we're starting. Let's make our table. X, square root of x. And then we have a third table for this part right here, negative 1/2 square root of x. I'm going to put the 1, 1, the 4, 2, and the 9, 3 in. And negative 1/2 times 1 is negative 1/2. Negative 1/2 times 2 is negative 1. Negative 1/2 times 3 is negative 1 and 1/2. This is still the right, but this is the up. Now the up's negative, so we're going to go down. So I'm going to go right 1 and down half a unit. I'm going to go right 4 and go down 1 unit. 2, 3, 4, down 1 unit. Go right 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go down 1.5 units. Okay, and carefully draw that curve. All right, the domain of this one, the furthest left is negative 1. The furthest right, it goes on forever. The low point for the range is negative infinity. So it comes down and goes up to 4. And that is the range of that one. Okay. Now number 3, we're going to write the inequality that describes this graph. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to write this as y. Now we shaded above, greater. The line is solid, greater than or equal to. This is just shifted. Looks like 2 units to the right. So I'll go -2, and then 1, 2, 3 units up, and +3 here. Okay. This one, shaded below, so it's less than, and it's dotted, so I'm not going to underline that. And we are shifted, so get the square root in here. We're shifted 1 unit to the left, so write x plus 1, and 1, 2, 3 units down that initial point. I'll put -3 there. Now number 5, now notice how this curves up, this one curves up, this is curving down. So I'm going to go less than because it's shaded below, and I'm not going to underline it here because it's a dotted line, but I'm going to put a negative in front of the square root because of the way it's curving. That makes it curve down like that. And I'm putting the x, and I'm shifting it 2 units left, -2, and I'm shifting it 1, 2, 3 units down. I'll put a -3 here. Okay, that's how those will work. Okay, now we have some radical work to do here. Fourth root, okay, 81. I'll do that over here. 9 times 9, 3 times 3, 3 times 3. Alright, I'm going to just expand this. 81 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. A, 2, 3, 4, 5 A's, and 3 B's. Alright. Groups of 4 can come out. Here's a group of 4 A's as factors. Okay, and then these guys don't have enough. They're going to have to stay under the radical. So the fourth root, 3a times the fourth root of a b cubed. Okay, this is our most recent problems here. I'm going to put the cube root of 2 here, cube root of 3x here. I need 2 more 3's. And I need 2 more 3's. If I put them down here, I got to put them up here. I need 2 more x's because they got to be in groups of 3 to come out. And I'm going to put 2 more x's in here. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So I have the cube root of 18 x squared. I got my group of 3 3's and 3 x's there. So we just got to make sure we tack on enough so that we can get everything out of the radical in the denominator. Okay, if I have this one, it's multiplying, they're both fourth roots. I'm going to put everything under one radical. 3x cubed y squared times 27xy squared. Now 3 times 27 is 81. X to the third times x is x to the fourth. y squared times y squared is y to the fourth. You know, I already did 81 up here. That was 3 to the fourth, and that fourth, so that's a 3 out here. And x to the fourth root of x to the fourth is x. The fourth root of y to the fourth is y. So there's my answer there. Number 9, 16 times 2, take 8 times 2, take 4 times 2. Oops, 4 breaks down. I didn't triple that. Okay. So 5 square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 5 times 2 times 2 square root of 2. And that's 20, radical 2. 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. So that is 3 radical 3. $75. I've got 2, 25 times 3, that's 5 times 5 times 3. So 2 times 5 times square root of 3. And that would make 10 radical 3. So that's there. 2 of them have radical 3's on them. I'm going to add those 2 together. I have 20 radical 2 plus 13 radical 3. And that's my final answer. I'm going to combine if you can. Number 10. 4 times 3 radical 3. I'm foiling right now. That's 12 radical 3. 4 times 4 radical 5. That is 16. 4 times 4 is 16. Radical 5. Inside. The 2 times 3 is 6. The square root of 5 times square root of 3 is square root of 15. And then last, that's 2 times 4, which is 8. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 5. So we have 12 radical 3 plus 16 radical 5 plus 6 radical 15. 8 times 5 is 40. Okay. And then number 11 here. I'm going to multiply both sides by the conjugate of the denominator, because we want to rationalize the denominator here. And that's the square root of 2 minus 3. And the top I will just distribute. That's 5 radical 2 minus 15. The bottom square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. Square root of 2 times negative 3 is negative 3 radical 2. 3 times square root of 2 is positive 3 radical 2. And 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So I have 5 radical 2 minus 15 over, those two cancel, negative 3 radical 2 and positive 3 radical 2. And 2 minus 9 is negative 7. So that's that, guys.